continue with our coverage on the super budget, and now we have the Union Minister Prakash Javadekar joining us, who will also talk about, of course, the end to the populist era, it seems, Mr. Javadekar, in this budget, with Arun Jaitley giving it a clear signal that prudence is first.
But I think we are having audio issues with him, so while we try and reconnect that line, let's quickly recap for you what's really happened today as far as the Finance Minister's maiden budget is concerned. It's not populist at all by any sense, but of course, he has done a little bit for the industry, tiny little amounts coming in for most of the segments they've been, isn't it? So they've done a tinkle a little bit with your FDI. They've also spoken about, opening some of the education institutions. In fact, I think we have the line clear with Mr. Javadekar now. Prakash Javadekar, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can.
Great, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us on Times Now. I'm going to begin by asking you, there is a little bit for every segment and sector in that goodie bag that Finance Minister came out with today, but there are not really too many big bang reforms. What is the thinking of the government at this point of time, and how are we going to take it forward from what's been tabled today?
I think this is the big reform is taking in shape of new government thinking. And the thinking of the government earlier for inflation was just to squeeze demand and raise interest rates. We have departed from that, and we are talking about the supply side issues. So how to increase the production in the first place, how to ensure that food grains move freely. Third, storage, road transport, and food processing, all taken care of. So this addresses the supply side issue.
But
once you address the supply side, there will never be a price rise.
But Mr. Javadekar, what the Congress is alleging is it's a cut, copy, paste budget. There are no new measures which has been announced by the new government. And they're also alleging that it's a 100 crore budget, because the proposals that you've announced and the slew of proposals announced by Mr. Jaitley, it's like a 100 crore proposal budget.
I pity Congress, because Congress has lost its moral right to ask any question, because they have emptied the coffers. So when we provide for 100 crores, that becomes our commitment, and that's the initial contribution. Whatever is required thereafter can always be added through supplementary budget. They know it, but they don't want to show that they know it. And they just want to allege, because there is nothing what they can criticize. The theme of the budget is employment generation. And employment generation through a revival of manufacturing sector, through giving impetus to the tourism, to giving real fillip to the agriculture sector with irrigation schemes and housing and infrastructure. All these through internal, we are incentivizing the domestic investment. That is very important rather than FDI. So what is important is we are raising and making efforts to raise the domestic investment as well as the foreign direct investment. Because when you are importing the whole series of defense equipment,
I take your point as far as agriculture is concerned, Mr. Javadekar. I take your point as far as the steps and the reforms that have been announced on the agri segment is concerned, and how that will be used to tackle inflation. But there is still an understanding even amongst the industry that perhaps this was a bit of a safe budget in terms of the way it finally came out. You could have gone a lot more bolder when it comes to tax reforms, or even, project approvals, because that has been the biggest pain. Do you think at some point the government decided to take it easy and maybe come out with more bolder reforms in February 2015?
I cannot hear you properly, because voice was little not clear. But let me answer. You started with agriculture. Let me tell you, he has given a complete picture of if you provide irrigation to 1 hectare, you create 4 jobs. So it's a start of a big scheme called Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. Then, so it is not accelerated irrigation, it's much more than that. Then second is that productivity of agriculture to grow. So soil health card is a very ambitious project. then you
But what
are
about
talking
the
about
other
the health of the
ambitious
soil.
projects, Mr. Javadekar?
That
What
soil
about
health
the
is
other ambitious
good, you will
projects?
have more productivity.
But what about the other
Which?
ambitious projects, Mr. Javadekar? In fact, the FDI is
Other
where you
industry.
played the conservatism card, because we thought after defense and insurance, there will be a more cap which will be given, and there would be a hike in the cap in defense and insurance sector. And what about the other areas of FDI push which are needed?
1 minute. 1 minute. You can't just jump from one agriculture point to insurance immediately. We are providing right from irrigation to increase in productivity, from increase of production to ensuring giving compensation insurance. Then we are talking about giving credit, 8 lakh crores of credit to the agriculture. Then the reforms in APMC Act, then the roads, then the storage, and then the food processing industry. So all in a chain. That's what is the peculiarity of this budget. And so agriculture is taken care of fully. What needs a Kisan credit card? So all things are revived. So he gets real credit. More importantly, as far as FDI is concerned, we have said that defense, we are actually doing 100% FDI today because we are importing everything. But if we give FDI, the many equipments will start being production here. It will create jobs. It will ensure technology transfer, and it will give impetus to the research, defense research, which is badly needed. DRDO will have competition, and therefore things will improve, and we will be indigenizing more when we allow FDI.
So why didn't you go ahead with more bolder tax reforms? You could have easily just repealed the retrospective tax and just once and for all finish that issue. You could have come out with single window clearances for corporates and their projects, which is something that even your industry is looking forward in terms of environment and forest. There is a feeling that the bitter pill that even the common man as well as corporate India was ready for did not really come through.
No, I think we have done. So all announcements are not to be made in the budget. As Arun Jaitley ji rightly put up, that this is a directional budget. So it gives the large direction of the this new government, how we want to take and how we want to make progress in the country. So this is ensured in this budget. There will be many more decisions to follow. There will be many new announcements. And there will be many other reforms also which will be carried out. But the direction and the foundation is laid in the budget. Nation is assured and the international community is assured. When we say that there will be no regressive taxation, when we say that there will be no retrospective taxation, and when we say there will be a predictable tax regime, we will have GST, means we will have it. So that lays the taxation map, that the roadmap for this government. So there will be always new decisions coming in as they are being taken in case of practically all industries. There are some remission, some concession given to make them provide them level playing field.
But Mr. Javadekar, would these decisions be an anti-populist decision, which we have seen earlier in the rail budget, and again in today's budget also, as my colleague has been pointing out, that you could have in fact given more relief on the exemption limit. At the end of the day, we just have some about 30,000 to about 80,000 per month being saved by the neo-middle class. The common man's problem, especially on the, say, subsidized cylinder front, is still not being addressed. There are basic issues that the middle class and even the common man was hoping for, which have not been addressed.
No, but let me tell you very clearly, and he has mentioned it, that when there is a Iraq-Syria crisis and the Middle East situation which is volatile, then there will always be a problem of the petroleum prices plus gas prices. So we don't want to make it just a populist thing. The more important is, it is not as if the reforms are always against populism. No, there are popular reforms also, because we will be making pro-people reform. So pro-people reform will be appreciated by people.
Right, sir. Good to have you with us. Thank you for taking the time out. We hope that the government actually maintains what you just said, that outside of budget also there will be more reforms and announcements that will be coming through. Thank you for that.